Hi, it's Gab and Max back to do a family summer movie review, and this one is The Last Airbender. Max, who's watched the show, I have not, will be the one to explain the story to you.
So in this movie, it's like a world where there's 4 elements. One is air, water, earth, and fire, and only some special people can bend one, but there's this one person, which is the avatar, that could do all of them.
And that's him.
Yeah.
And he shows up at the beginning of the story, and he makes some friends who sort of help him to, he needs to train to learn how to, he can only bend air. Bend means control, but he has to learn to do the other ones. So one of the friends starts to train him on water, and plus, who wants to get him?
The Fire Nation.
They're sort of the bad guys, the Fire Nation, and they want to control the other kingdoms, so they want to sort of have the Airbender to themselves so that he can't help the other nations to defeat the Fire Nation. Have I kind of got that right? I think if you haven't seen the show, you can certainly enjoy and follow along the movie, but I needed Max's help a little bit, like who's that, and who's bad, who's good, what are they doing? But I pretty much got the gist of it. And how did you think the movie was compared to having watched the show? The show is a cartoon, so it's a show being turned into a movie, and it's a cartoon being turned into a live action story. Live meaning real actors, it's not drawn. So what did you think of how they did that?
Good.
It was how you would imagine that it would be? But you thought maybe some of the characters seemed a bit different than they are in the show? Like who?
Like, pretty much most of them.
Yeah, different, but still you liked them. Yeah, and he was really good. I don't know this actor's, I think it's his first movie. The boy was really good. He was very good with his action scenes. I really liked watching him. The bending movements are sort of like, to me, what I think looks like Tai Chi. A bit of Kung Fu when they're fighting, sort of martial arts, but not like Karate Kid martial arts, but certainly some martial arts moves, and he does flips and stuff, so I really liked watching that. So is that your favorite part, like the action scenes? What was your worst part?
The same as yours.
Well, they don't know what it is, so you tell them.
No.
You tell them.
No.
I told Max after the movie that there was this one sad part. I don't want to spoil it, but there's lessons in this movie about sacrifice and about having responsibility that maybe you don't want, but to help other people, and about being brave. So there's some good story elements there. And so sometimes when you have those stories, there are some sad parts, because not everything is happy when people are fighting for their survival and the people that they love and trying to help other people. But a very fine story in terms of, I don't think anything negative for kids. Wasn't really scary. The violence is very sort of soft violence. You don't see blood. I don't think you really see anybody die. So I think that that was all fine. And you liked it. Yeah, I thought it was okay, but it wasn't as sort of epic and exciting as I was expecting, like from the preview, with the effects and with a pretty interesting choice in director, M. Night Shyamalan. I thought it would be sort of a more gripping and mystical and action-oriented, sort of at a higher level. And it didn't rise above sort of generic childhood fare for me. It even felt a bit low rent in some parts. So not the sort of epic, transportative story that I was looking for. But as long as you were happy, and we'll see if the general movie-going audience this summer is happy. There hasn't been anything to be too excited about, really. But this is supposed to be a trilogy, right? Can you explain why this is supposed to be part 1 of 3 movies?
Well, he already knows air, and in this one he learns water. The next one he should learn earth, then the last one fire.
So they call it book 1, 2, and 3, right?
Yeah.
And only when he's mastered all of bending all of those elements is he truly the avatar. So this was like the first chapter.
But he's really strong when he's in the avatar state.
Right. Is that like when he glows like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. That looks pretty strong to me. Well, there are certainly parts of it that were really interesting and cool. So maybe if they make another one and we learn more, usually when you learn more about characters and all those sorts of things, it becomes more interesting. So I hope that there's another one. And if you want there to be 3, then I want there to be 3. Because I just want you to be happy.
So, I want 3.
You want 3? Okay, well there you go. Listen up, movie studios. Max wants 3. So you liked it, and you think your friends should go see it?
Yep.
Yeah? And is this your favorite movie of the summer so far?
Yep.
Better than Karate Kid?
I like them pretty much the same.
This one is more fantasy, and Karate Kid was more like a real story.
Yeah.
Yeah, so not really a fair comparison, maybe. How many stars?
10.
10. Okay. Well, why don't you take us out with a little video camera bending, some YouTube bending.